Welcome to What the Now just behind the test pattern, the ratings war. Hey, let's meet our panel since I guess all the computers went down. We'll start with in the middle chair, it's actress Kate Mambert. She's so charming she convinced Maxine Waters to attend the State of the Union address. Good job. In between them, he's the host of KMVT's only live show, John Wants Answers, is John Vink. If Insightful Questions was a poker game, old men would do him in a smoke-filled room. Finally, sitting next to me, it's attorney at law Mel Patterson. If winning legal arguments was acne medicine, he'd come on a teenage boy's face. How'd you like that, Mel? Oh. Issue number 1, are kids something to get or something you regret? Author Jennifer Senior's new book, All the Joy and No Fun, The Paradox of Modern Parenting, discusses why children may suck the life out of parents, but also make life worth living. The author goes through the apparent drawbacks of parenting. Parents prefer interacting with their friends, spouses, and family members more than kids, who rank with total strangers. Kids make mothers spend less time with their friends, making mothers feel lonely. But from those drawbacks come immeasurable reward, a larger life, and strengthened soul. Doesn't that make you feel good? Mm-hmm. Kids are little memory jolts, bringing back bits of childhood you thought you'd forgotten, renewing your ability to have fun with Legos or sandcastles. Speaking of which...
Oh, gosh! Oh my God! Oh my gosh! Wonderful!
Yeah, I guess you needed the audio to hear that one, but don't worry, the audience heard it, and that's all that really matters. Kate, I'm going to start with you because I think you have kids.
I have 2 kids.
All right. Kids sap your will to live, agree or disagree?
Yeah, for a while.
Okay.
So I quickly went back to work.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it was much easier than staying home with them.
Really? So wait a minute, so how did you have your kids cared for?
I took them to some lovely lady who, that was her job. So she would do it for money.
For money. Okay. Was this a brand new, total, complete stranger?
Yes.
So you trusted your kids with a total, complete stranger and gave them money?
Well, I let my daughter pick.
Oh, okay.
So, because she was 3 months old.
How did she pick?
She cooed into this woman when she held her.
Okay. And the ones that she didn't pick?
She's cried.
Okay, so it was pooed on them?
Yeah, I thought that was obvious. And my daughter's, usually right.
Was it totally worth it?
Yes.
Okay, see, by the fact
it
that
was totally worth it.
Okay, because? How was it worth it?
Because I got to create someone and fall in love with them.
Okay.
And it's hard to find people to fall in love with, but this way.
Both of them?
Yeah.
Okay, one more than the other?
Yeah, but I cannot say who.
Okay, all right. Okay, so, did you feel lonely when you were raising the kids, like the study said?
No, because I went to work.
Okay, and you hired total strangers to watch your kids, right?
Yeah.
Okay, there's... John, I know you love kids, right?
No, I don't. When I was a kid,
John has that
I hated
answer.
other kids.
You hated other kids?
Yeah.
And now that you're grown up?
Now I'm grown up, I hate them even more. Yeah.
Why is that?
They're sticky all the time. They're loud, and they're sticky. They also have Jell-O on them and slobber.
Doesn't that describe your last 3 girlfriends too?
Yeah.
Not only 2 of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. One wasn't covered in Jell-O all the time. Okay.
She wouldn't do it.
She was vegan.
She refused.
So what's your take on this book?
I noticed that the article spent like 95% of the time talking about how kids are terrible.
Right.
And then there's like 5% at the end who's like, oh, but maybe we'll draw a nice picture. They'll make you smile at the end.
Right.
And apparently that picture makes it all worth it. So I'm not buying it.
Okay. Now, if you were a little older, let's say 80,
Okay.
right, would you have a different perspective in the old folks' home?
I don't see how.
Okay. Kate, would you have a different perspective if you're in the old folks' home and you had kids versus not kids?
I think, I'm expecting the old folks' home is going to be with them.
You mean they're going to be in the old folks' home with you?
No, I'm moving in with them.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's a money saving. Finally, I'm going to get the money back.
Oh, and would that be totally worth it?
Totally.
Because they'll be cleaning after your poo?
Yeah.
Okay.
And drool.
And drool? Okay.
And Jell-O,
Mel, you have a kid, right?
I do.
Now, I remember you were telling me before you got married that you had 6-pack abs and you were a male exotic dancer and women touched you all the time, right?
Yes.
Now you have a keg. and women touch you, but you have to pay them. So
That's right.
what's your take on this?
Well, first of all, I think kids are an investment.
Okay.
They are an important investment. I'll give you a good reason why. Not too long ago, someone called the firm and asked, because we're lawyers, apparently, asked if we could help locate their child who they gave up for adoption.
Okay.
And they needed to get back in touch with this child. And, my partner said, why? And my immediate response
Needs
was...
a kidney?
Bone marrow transplant.
So was I close?
Yeah, you were close. That's exactly right. Bone marrow transplant.
So for you, kids are worth it because of organ donors?
That's right.
Okay. So you're gonna.
That's right. You need a compatible donor for sure. So you got to get at least one out there,
And you have at least one out there, right?
I do.
Okay, so you have your donor.
I've got
You got your liver donor.
My liver donor. That's right.
You have a daughter, right?
Yes.
She's totally okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, look, she is enjoying life, and I gave her a very comfortable life, and when I told her that there's going to come a day when you're going to have to reciprocate, and she said to me, I got a nice old folks home picked out for you already, Dad.
Have you seen the old folks home?
I have not.
Does she have two good kidneys?
She does, but I don't expect to ever get one.
You don't expect them? Well, or a liver?
Or, well, the liver, yeah.
You're hoping for the liver, right? Because you drink a lot.
I do drink a lot.
Okay.
Well, I drink a lot because of her. So.
Oh, there you go.
Right.
There you go. So
Right.
I'll just throw this out to the group. I think I know the answer. But if you had to do it all over again, whatever choice you made and rather than having kids, would you stick with the choice you made or would you change it?
I would change it. I would have more.
Oh, you'd have more?
I'd need a bank of a bank of kids, in case one runs out of organs.
Yeah, yeah. Well, she might. Something
right.
might happen to her.
air
Right,
and-
something might happen.
The heir and the spare?
That's
Yeah.
right.
Okay. Like on Game of Thrones,
that's
or
right. I would-
unlike the Vink line, which is House Vink is going to end.
That's
when
right.
he dies. All right. So unless he has bastards somewhere. You have bastards anywhere, John?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Well, yeah. There you go. So would you change, Kate? Or would you do it differently?
No. Yeah.
You're totally content.
I'm pretty
And John,
content.
I've made the right decision.
you made the right decision.
Yep.
Well, talk to me when you're in the old folks' home and they're just giving you little paper cups.
the
full of-
thing is
dead by
Yeah.
then.
But what
the
about
rest
you?
of us have had.
Oh, I regret everything. So
Oh,
I'd
okay.
change everything. I wouldn't even be here. So, issue number 2. Does the open space make you a sad face? New researchers found that far from creating a cooperative environment, open plan offices can make employees miserable. The study found that staff that work in an open environment are distracted, irritated, and find it difficult to have good conversation with colleagues. The researchers looked at 2 factors in office workers: ease of interaction with their peers and general well-being. The study found that employees working in small and medium-sized open plan offices reported lower levels of both these aspects than individuals who work in a different type of office. I believe we have some of the research footage here.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, you see them, but you really can't
Yeah.
really meaningfully interact with them.
No.
So, hey, John, I'm assuming of the 3 panelists, you're the closest person to working in an office. So what's your take on this?
So I worked in both situations. So when I worked at Apple at the start, we all had individual offices, and it was fantastic. And then, as they got too many people for their offices, they started doubling up on people.
Okay.
And I was able to avoid that. The next company I went to, startup, open seating, like just long tables and desks, and we all sat together. And I think employers don't really believe in the collaboration excuse. They just don't have money or resources to have offices for everybody.
Wait a minute. Was your startup a poorly funded startup? Or was it a wash in cash money?
It was funded okay for a startup,
But then it
I don't
got
think
bought
any
out
startup then got bought out by
For crazy amounts of money.
money pants. And then, but even then, there's not enough office space in the Silicon Valley.
So did you at least get cue balls?
No,
Too cheap for cue balls?
I'm just I have a desk like this, and there's a guy right there.
So you work
also
for one
on
of
a
the
desk.
biggest companies in the world, and they can't afford cue balls, but they give you free meals.
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is there any irony in that?
Not enough space in Silicon Valley. It's not just a housing crisis. It's
a
an
space
office,
crisis. Okay.
space in general crisis here.
Would you work from home instead if they offered it to you?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
It's difficult in some ways.
All right. So, hey, Mel, you're a lawyer. Open office plan, is that something law firms would be embracing in the future?
I can't see how.
Casual Fridays? No?
I can't see how. I mean, I haven't worked in an open office environment in 3 or 4 decades.
Right.
And as soon as I started working as a lawyer, actually in the legal field, I got my own office.
Right.
And it's been that way ever since.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because
You have to talk to clients on a
lawyers,
confidential
that's
basis.
right. You have to maintain confidentiality and that sort of thing. But
And it's where you go and cry and no one sees you, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
Right. or do blow. One of the two, right?
I've known lawyers who do that also
In their office?
In their office,
As opposed to in the open office space with the secretaries and paralegals, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So you're not digging this?
No, I mean, I think that we are more effective in a office environment because we can't operate any other way.
Well, for lawyers or just in general?
No, for lawyers.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think you can. I don't think you can actually make that broad generalization for every type of job out there.
Okay.
Some I think you can't. I know architects and artists who work collaboratively in open office environments better than lawyers do.
Okay, well, Kate, you're an artist to an extent, right? And you also work in the tech sector. What's your
did.
take on this? Are you happy working in open spaces?
No.
Okay.
In fact, I picked a job once. I had 2 choices. One was at a place where everybody's desk were in a line, all facing the window.
Okay.
And another one, you got your own office.
And you picked the office?
Yeah, because I need to concentrate as deeply as possible on what I'm doing.
And fewer people are going to complain if you're working with your shoes off?
Yeah, I mean, you can become.
Or no pants? Oh, sorry, that's those two.
Yeah, I wear pants.
Okay, or dresses, whatever.
Or sometimes it's a skirt.
Okay. So basically, you
shorts.
find the fact that you don't get the collaborative part. You just get the I'm distracted part.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's very distracting. And in your own office, you can still collaborate with people. You can they can come in.
Okay.
And you can work with them.
But it's more you direct it. You pick the time and manner,
Yeah.
as opposed to just like you're all
well,
just
you
collaborating.
know what you're. Yeah.
Okay.
You know you.
Okay. All right, let's see here. Let's see. Do I have any other thing I can throw out to the group? Let's see here. Do you think the study was funded by cubicle manufacturers, aka Big Cube? I'll leave it at that because
Yeah.
my floor director's giving me the finger. On to our first break. So you can be naked in your office. Oh, we're back. Issue number 3. Does leaning left or right make your face a pretty sight? A recently published study in the Journal of Public Economics, love their crossword puzzle, concludes that the attractiveness of a candidate does correlate with their politics. They find that politicians on the right are more good-looking in Europe, the United States, and Australia. The study shows correlation, not necessarily causation, but the researchers float a simple economic explanation for why this might happen. Numerous studies have found that good-looking people are likely to earn more, and that people who earn more are typically more predisposed to be conservative, as opposed to progressives who favor redistributive policies like progressive taxes and welfare programs favored by the left. For more, we turn to former Fox News host Bill O'Reilly. Mr. O'Reilly, your thoughts?
If you like chicken nuggets, then you gotta sing along. If you like chicken nuggets, this is your favorite song. If you like chicken nuggets, then you gotta sing along. If you like chicken nuggets, this is your favorite song. Chicken nugget, chicken nugget.
Yeah, that doesn't really look like him, but with lighting and makeup,
that's right.
You can look at anything. I don't think he really gave me an answer, but anyways, so let's see here. Mel,
Yes.
I'll start with you.
All right.
Conservatives are better looking than liberals. Agree or disagree?
Oh, absolutely agree.
Really?
Absolutely, unquestionably, 110% agree with that.
Why is that?
Well, because first of all, I think that the study makes really good points that if you are a conservative, you are likely going to be in the higher income brackets, and if you are in the higher income brackets, you have access to better health care, better food, better everything.
Botox?
even Botox,
Plastic
even cosmetics,
surgery.
healthcare, whatever it may be. And as a result, those a combination of all those factors gives us an advantage over liberals.
Us?
Us conservatives.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying. Us conservatives. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. This conclusion coincides with your preconceived notions of makes you feel better.
I wouldn't say it was a preconceived notion because I hadn't ever given it any thought. I mean,
Not at all.
Not at all. I mean, in terms of breaking it down between liberals and conservatives. But once I read the study, I thought, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. All right. Hey, John.
Yeah.
What's your take on this? Conservatives are better looking than lefty pinkos. What? Right-wing racists are better looking than pinkos. What's your take on this?
I understand the logic that they were trying to get at.
Okay.
Like, if you're good looking, you got an easier time in life, you're going to be richer, and you're like, screw those other guys who aren't rich like me.
Is that your take on life, John?
But I'm good looking,
Right.
and I'm very wealthy,
Right.
but I'm not conservative.
Right.
And so, but I think it's because when I was growing up, deciding what kind of politics to pick, I wasn't good looking yet. Like,
Okay.
I grew into this face.
Ah.
See what I'm saying? Now I'm good looking. When I was a teenager, I was like a scrawny little, even in my 20s, like skinny, scrawny little guy.
And you're modest too. You became modest as you got older.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
Yes.
Awesome. Okay.
But every study has outliers.
That's true. But,
Yeah.
but John, you're not a political candidate, are you?
Candidate?
Yes.
Not presently.
Okay. See, I think the study was limited to candidates, as opposed to just liberals and progressives in general. Because right? Because we wouldn't want to, especially here in Silicon Valley, we know it's filled with very, very pretty people, right? And they all tend to lean a certain way.
I don't think a lot of people here are pretty.
Okay. Except for you, right? Except for you.
I'm pretty.
And modest, right? Okay. So you're not buying this, right? You're not buying this at all?
No, I understand the study, and
Okay.
so I will buy the study.
Okay. All right. Kate, what's your take on this?
Well, so when Mel was talking, I was thinking a lot of people, their politics gets more conservative as they age, right?
Good point.
So how does that, you don't normally get better looking as you age.
Well,
No, but-
unless you're conservative, then we do.
But very few
Well,
very few young people run for office. So remember, it's candidates for political candidates, right? So you can be
Yeah.
good looking and young, but you're not running for nothing,
no,
right?
the president, for instance, is certainly not young.
Right, but it's for just candidates. It's not just.
But a lot of
liberals and-
candidates they're old.
Well, yeah, but current president versus
Yeah.
who he ran against. Would that affect, if you didn't know their politics, would that affect your rating?
Well, I don't find him attractive.
Well, yeah, but if you didn't know who he was.
The hair would have turned me.
Okay.
I mean, really, it was the hair.
It was there.
Come on.
All right, I'll go to issue number 4. If your language is blue, will your words be more true? A recent study in the Social, Psychological, and Personality Science journal, love their centerfolds, has found that people who swear may be more trustworthy. No fucking way. Oh, researchers asked participants to list their favorite swear words and to self-report their everyday use of profanity. The foul-mouthed subjects were also asked to fill in a psychological survey to gauge their honesty, which helped rank how likely they were to lie. The team found that those who lied less wrote down a higher number of frequently used swear words, damn it. For more, we turn to our language and culture expert, Heidi the Dog Whisperer Jones. Heidi, your thoughts? Those censors on social media really
Yeah.
vicious. But all right, hey Kate.
Yes.
I know you're the person on this panel most likely to use blue language. So people who swear are more honest. Do you agree or disagree?
I guess I do agree.
Really? Do you
Yeah.
swear a lot?
I didn't used to because when my kids were little, I didn't want to be the one to teach them all those words.
Okay. You just
Now
learn
they
it on the
know
street.
them, so now I can swear.
Okay.
But I was out of practice, and since I'm an actress, you have to occasionally swear.
Okay.
On,
So you're playing. You're auditioning for hookers.
I
right?
had to get a swearing coach.
Yeah.
But I think I'm much more honest now.
Okay. Wait a minute. You had to get a swearing coach. Does that cost money?
People will do that for free.
Oh, they'll teach you how to swear for free.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Even when and they'll teach you how to free when you're driving to work, right?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Especially with
The
sign-
other drivers are trying to teach
And you
you.
learn sign language too.
You do. I know a lot more things.
Okay, so you lied a lot when you were raising your kids. Is that
Well,
right? When they
you
asked you where
have to
babies,
lie to your kids,
you do?
obviously.
because they're totally worth it.
Yes. Yes.
Where do babies come from? I don't know. Is that pretty?
Oh, I covered that one too early.
Okay. You showed them the video. Instructional video. Okay.
I didn't. We were at Burger King.
There you go.
Here's where
John,
it came from.
John, what's your take on people who swear being more frickin' honest?
I think so. I believe it because I think people who swear a lot have less filters,
Okay.
and filters is something that makes you maybe lie.
Okay.
And so if you have less filters, you'll just be more honest about stuff and not care about the consequences.
Okay. So you don't think that people who swear just might be better liars, better at lying than people who don't swear?
I don't know how they did this study. Like how I can see how could they study how much a person swears.
Right.
But how can they study how much that person is lying?
The magic of this magic of science, John. Don't you believe in science?
Not social
Are
science.
you a science denier?
Yeah, I'm a social science
You're
denier.
a social science denier. Okay.
Denier.
I'm sure someone who's into social sciences, like a PhD, will explain it to you. Have you ever dated a PhD, John?
Yes.
Is it one of those sticky women who are covered in Jello, and
No, she's not the sticky one.
working her way through getting her master's degree while dancing?
No, she already had her PhD.
Ask her. She'll explain it to you.
Okay.
All right. Hey, Mel. Now, when you saw this story, you thought, of course, people who swear are more likely to tell the truth. They're under oath. So what's your take on this?
Well, I absolutely agree with it. I think, and I'm a lawyer. I'm working under a huge.
Under penalty of perjury, right?
Yeah.
And you're not the President Bill Clinton, so you can't get away with that.
So I swear.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh? All the time, right?
All the time. Yes, bitch.
Okay, all right. So, well, not in court, right? Or that's
Sometimes in court.
different type of swearing. That's a different type of swering.
No. Sometimes,
In front of a judge, eh?
Yeah.
On the
I'm just
record?
telling them I'm just being honest, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. So you're actually buying that. So are you an honest? Well, lawyers swear a lot, then, right?
Yes.
Are they honest?
We're honest when we're swearing.
Real? Are you effing sure?
Was that
fucking
an
sure.
answer?
Okay,
No.
so you guys all buy this, and you guys are all honest people,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
You guys swear a lot,
I don't swear at all.
but you're an honest person.
I'm an honest person.
Yeah, and good looking and
And good
modest,
looking.
right?
Exactly. All that stuff.
You can't believe him. He doesn't swear.
Oh, all right, all right. I guess. Okay, we are back from our second break. Hey, for all those people who are just dying to send questions and comments, our information on Twitter and email are below here somewhere, covering up my nipples along with my shirt. Anyways, normally this is a fact-checking segment. Because we had technical difficulties, I guess someone spilled Coca-Cola on the web computer. We are unable to reach Timothy Walton, who apparently is in a remote undisclosed location. So this is what we call the discard pile. These are stories we considered talking during the course of the show, but we didn't for whatever reason. So anyways, let's see here. So what do we have here? Okay. First one we have is adolescence now lasts between the ages of 10 and 24 as people study longer and delay settling down. What's your take on this, Kate? Adulthood starts at 25.
25. Well, I guess. I mean, 10, first of all, 10 seems early, but
Well, adolescence as opposed to being a kid, right?
Yeah.
They grow up so fast, but then they don't grow up fast enough.
yeah, I guess, it takes people longer to get out of college and longer to find a job. I don't know how you really define
When did your kids move
adultness.
out?
They all live with me.
They all live with you? Oh,
Yeah, them and their spouses.
Oh, wow.
You have grandkids?
No.
Okay. So are they all over 24?
Yep.
Okay. So they still haven't grown. In your mind, have they grown up? Do you have a big house?
I
Do you have a big house?
It's pretty big.
Okay.
It's not big enough for any more people.
Okay. So you live in your
We're
mansion.
full up.
Living in your
Yeah.
mansion with your kids. You're ready for grandkids, right?
I'm not ready for grandkids yet.
Okay. You're
no
not looking.
grandkids. No, and I don't care if I ever get them. It doesn't matter to me.
It just matters to your kids because when they get old, right? And then
Oh well, they're on their own.
on their
I mean,
own.
they're gonna have to figure that out.
No, 24.
No. These days, 30.
30.
30.
Your daughter living with you?
Okay, so it really she does not live with me, but she might as well. I mean, it's back home for
laundry,
and money and
car repairs.
Her car sits in my driveway.
Okay, well,
you know, and you know, she does not generally display the type of adult sophistication I would have expected for someone of her age. I mean,
she doesn't watch the show, does she?
She does not watch this show.
Okay. Should she watch this one?
I hope not.
Okay. Or at least this particular segment of the show?
That's right.
Okay. John, you don't have any kids, so but you're 13 at heart, right?
I think I'm 17 at heart. Yeah.
Okay. That's usually 13. So, next story: AI can tell you when you die. So apparently a computer program can tell you when you're going to die when you go to the hospital. John, as a former Canadian, would this be something you welcome or not?
Still a Canadian.
I thought you became an American citizen.
I'm dual.
You you did not forswear. Okay.
Okay. It'd be nice to know when I'm going to die. It'd make my retirement planning a whole lot easier.
You just go to the hospital and just find out right now, John. Right?
Can I?
Well, go to yeah, apparently.
Okay.
Stanford.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Wow.
You guys looking forward to that when the computer just tells you you got
No.
2 months?
No. Hal should not be making that decision.
Oh, it's deciding?
All right. Yeah, no, not deciding, but the AI will predict when you're going to. When you go to the hospital, it's like you got this much more to live.
I'm sure it's not going to kill you. Just make sure its stats stay high.
I don't know.
I said
it's
2
going to go
months.
from predicting to deciding.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope.
Right. That's right.
Okay. Logan's Run, right?
Hal 9000.
I don't know, Mel. If it's Logan's Run, you might be a little old to outrun the Logan's Runners or whatever it is. But then again, so would I. I'm out of shape. I don't know. Let's see. Do we have time for one more? No. He's giving me the shut up guy. Shut up sign.
Wow.
All right. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much for watching the show. Later.